We're almost live in two places at once. There we go. Hello, Facebook Live. Hello, Instagram Live. Happy Wednesday to you all. Sarah Jordan coming to have a little chat with you today. For those of you that do not know me, I am a mother of 4. I also had 2 pregnancy losses. One was a second trimester stillbirth and one was a 10-week miscarriage. I am a wife of almost 14 years now, or more, somewhere in there. And we have had this spring, and unfortunately I had accounts that were DEACTIVED because they were HACKED. And if I say that out loud, a whole bunch of people are going to show up and offer me all kinds of help that I don't need. But that happened in February this year. And as a result, most of this story with my son that's been unfolding this year is on the temporary or the new Sarah Fempower accounts that I had to create as a result of the LOSS. So anyway, we had huge moments of growth this spring. And every time that you have big moments of growth, you have the opportunity, you have the choice to fold and be like, nope, I'm out. Or you have the choice to say, yes, I will step into this next level version that's being offered to me, and I will run, and I will see what happens. I will do the best that I can do. I will find the support that I need to do the best that I can do. And I'm so proud of myself in how I have handled so many different things that have come at me this year that have been big opportunities to grow. And if you're live, drop me a comment, tell me hello, tell me how you are on this Wednesday. Oh, I'm so glad to see you all. And so one of those big growth pieces has been one of my children. All of them, but one in particular. They say, I recently saw a quote, it was, and I'm not going to get it right, but it's in the text of that will come with this, but second children are like soldiers that slap or something along those lines. And it couldn't be more true. Like, if you have a second child, was it just an entirely different experience than the first one? And like I said, I have 4 living children, but the second one, even 3 doesn't, no, it's not, like, they're all different experiences, but the second one, that's all I had to say is, but the second one. And so in March, we started, may have been in February, we started having really big emotions with him. And now, honestly, this boy was birthing new versions of me from the time he was born. He had colic. I had to eliminate all grain, not just gluten, all grain and all dairy from my diet. His body, Tahani, hi! His body didn't handle seasonings very well. So my husband jokes, he's like, she could eat chicken and lettuce and salt. It was a little bit broader than that, but still, there was so much that I couldn't eat. And I dropped baby weight pretty quickly, but there was so much that I couldn't eat because of his diet and his tummy. And so, like, even before the boy could walk, before he could talk, anything, he was actively birthing new versions of me. And I just, like, he was gifted to us to birth new versions of us. I have no doubt about that. And I remember at about the 18-month mark, I see more of you live, hi! At about the 18-month mark, having a, standard 18 to 2-year-old battle of wills with him, and my mother-in-law walking by and being like, it's a good thing you're so patient. I'm like, I have never thought of myself as patient before, but here we are. Ask for patience, they said at 16, and I'm still paying for that prayer at the age of 16, right? But this year, it's been like, he's big. He just turned 9. And so when, like, this new wave of huge emotions started in February or March, we had a year that was pretty steady with him, pretty calm. Nothing rocked the boat majorly, or at least it wasn't every couple of days. It'd be like once, and we'd have, 6 or 8 weeks of pretty steady. Until February, and then it was like every couple of days, I ended up having him in my room during work hours working through something new, and working through something new, and working through something new. And it's like, okay, I'm supposed to be working and also you are my main priority. And so some things had to be juggled, and I met it. Like, we made it work. And every time something new, we met it, we made it work. And he's the one that really had us start searching for new tools for big emotions, searching for new ways to communicate and all of these things in his life. Like, he is the reason we started looking for emotional intelligence long before I started a coaching journey. I just didn't have the words emotional intelligence at the time to define what I was looking for. And so he's the reason we've done so much inner work, as much inner work, I guess, as we had until I found the coaching industry and the mentorship industry 3 years ago. And then I became one because I'd already done so much work because of this child. And so this spring, this summer has been working with him, reinforcing the fact that he has tools. We even bought him a punching bag in the spring so that he had somewhere to release some of that energy when he needed to, which I think these are all fantastic tools. And yet, outside of play, I honestly haven't seen he or his brother use the punching bag in the way that it's meant to be used. So hopefully that comes at some point. We'll see. But today, and the thing is that this spring, he was at a point, a size, an age where if, his emotions are threatening to someone else, there wasn't much I could do anymore. Like, bear hug him and sit down, basically, but there wasn't much I could do anymore. And so it just had to be reinforced that you have tools. It's okay to feel. It's okay to talk through this. It's okay to take time and space for yourself. Today, we did this dance. I was actually doing my 5-year-old's hair, and he's talking about how he's going to get his phone at rest time. And I was like, buddy, I haven't seen your reading log. So they have to do math and they have to do reading each day in order to get a phone during rest time. Their sisters rest, and the boys get a phone for a little while the girls are resting so that the girls actually can rest. And he's like, but I did my reading today. I said, okay, show me your log. And he showed it to me. He's like, I read these books on Monday and I read these ones today. I was like, so where's yesterday's? Because I was already in work hours and didn't get to check it yesterday. See how they sneak stuff in there on me sometimes? He's like, well, I'm not reading yesterday's. Today is today. I'm like, well, you're right. And also, you have to earn the reading log. I clean this house. And I'm just going, oh boy, let's not go here. But we did. I clean, and I help with this, and I help with that, which he had done none of today, by the way. And I was like, yeah, you're right. But we all live here. We all contribute to dirty dishes, dirty laundry, stuff on the floor, etc. And so we all help with keeping it picked up, keeping it clean, keeping the dishes done, keeping the laundry put away, etc. That doesn't earn you a phone. That earns you, like, it's just standard protocol that you have to participate in these things because you live here. Round and round the merry-go-round we went. And here's the thing, this phrase helped me hugely when I first heard it a few years ago. When emotion is high, intelligence is low. So it didn't matter that I presented him with the logic of, hey bud, if you want to quit helping clean, that's totally okay. I'll quit buying food for you, I'll quit paying for the electricity for you, and I'll quit paying for the water for you. That's totally fine. When emotion is high, intelligence is low. You cannot have a logic-based conversation with someone when they are highly in their emotions. So this conversation's going in this circle like it does, and I've been here before. And finally, he ended up la-la-la-la-ing me and spitting me. And then I got finished with the daughter's hair by this time, finally. And I was like, hey bud, let's go talk in my room. Like, let's remove you from everybody else in the house. Let's just go take some space for you in mommy's room. Fully knowing that I was probably not going to be talking to him as soon as we got in the room. And he got mad and he went in his room and slammed the door and said, don't you dare come in here. Okay. Now, in my head, reverse logic here is like, he wants me to come in, therefore I'm definitely not going to. Nanny had just gotten here, so I just went on with my day. I went and got my vitamins, made my vitamin water, brought it into my gut vitamin water, brought it into my bedroom, started working on my makeup, but left my door open. Normally I would close my door because mommy's in work hours, mommy's not available right now. But I went ahead and left my door open. about 10, you can hear my kids. I hope you can't, but I can hear my kids. They just got really loud. About 10 minutes later, I hear the door open to his bedroom. He comes wandering towards mine and sees that it's open. And I look at him. I say, "Hey, bud, you ready to talk?" "Yeah." I said, "Come here." And I was sitting on my bed working. So I open my arms up, and he comes and he crawls into my arms, snuggles on my bed with me. He said, "I think my anger just needed some space to calm down." I said, "Yeah?" "Did you punch a punching bag?" "No. I set a trap for you." Think Rube Goldberg trap for Mom if I happen to open the door. They haven't successfully done one of those, but they sure put a lot of effort into them. So he set a trap for me, and then he went and read his Bible, he tells me. And Jesus helped me calm my anger down. And so I took the trap down, and then I came out to find you. If I had had the tools that this kid has at 9 years old, I don't even know where I'd be in this life right now. And I pulled him up so that we were eye to eye, because he'd been snuggled into me when he's telling me this. I pulled him up so that we were eye to eye. I was like, "Buddy, I am so proud of you. You recognized in your body that you needed space. You took the space that you needed, and you calmed down. You had tools at your disposal. You could have punched a punching bag. You chose to read a Bible. You didn't have to do that. But you took the tools that you had available to you and you used them. I am so, so proud of you." And I didn't really bring direct attention to this, but inadvertently, because he'd read his Bible, he completed the reading log that had been the original argument. Like, he did the thing that I was asking him to do as a tool that he knows to use in order to calm down, in order to work through emotion that he has. I'm so proud of him. The closest thing that I had to that honestly, it wasn't even 9. I was older than that because I was in puberty. Which, I'm not saying it doesn't start at 9, but I was older when this tool was given to me, was go throw rocks at the creek. Well, we happened to live right next to a creek. When I was little. Current situation, I don't happen to live right next to a creek. I can't tell my kid to go throw rocks at the creek. So, my mom was doing something for me and providing me a tool of letting out anger in going and, putting it into a rock and throwing it at the creek. But I didn't have the further ability to A, recognize the feelings in me, B, recognize that I needed space, and then even say the thing that I needed. Like, I didn't have the ability to verbally voice emotion really until like 2015, 2016, 25, 26 years old, after I had had a second trimester stillbirth and a 10-week miscarriage and was forced to have to start expressing what I was feeling because of the state that I was in, which wasn't healthy. And it was even after that, like, I got to a point of being able to express emotion, but it was after that even that I was able to start to identify what it was that I needed in that moment and then go ahead and say what it was that I needed in that moment. He's 9. And I know it's not everybody on the planet that's, a mother or a father that is doing this kind of work, but I see it on my timeline. I see you giving your children these tools for emotional regulation and emotional intelligence that we did not have. What a pleasure, what an honor it is to be walking side by side, shoulder to shoulder with those of you that are gifting your children these tools. What a generation we're raising up. What an honor to be able to mother and mentor this generation. I'm in so much awe today. And the beautiful thing is that it doesn't stop with emotional intelligence. It doesn't stop with being able to identify what you feel and then say what you need, it gets to keep going. My children are going to be able to set boundaries and not have it feel sticky to them. Not have it feel like conflict when someone says the word boundary and they go running in the other direction, which is what I did. It's only been in the last 2 to 3 years that I have learned what a healthy boundary actually is, and that a genuinely healthy boundary has my interest at heart and the other party's interest at heart. It's not just a wall of protection. Sometimes it has to look like that, but there's still a healthy way to get to that point. There's still a beautiful way to do that. My children are getting to receive those skills also. And I'm teaching a free masterclass next week. It's called Boundaries Baby. And we're going to go through the things that we, at least I, had been programmed to feel like equaled conflict, and how I just wanted to run in the other direction, and how to flip that. You're going to get scripts on how to set good boundaries, how to set ones that honor all parties involved. And then we're also going to have a module where we're looking at boundaries around your body and your female cycle. So, cycle syncing coach in the house. We're still talking cycles, but your cycle affects everything. It affects when you notice that you need a boundary. It affects whether you're able to effectively set a boundary or if you just end up in a puddle. Like, there are so many pieces to boundaries that are directly affected by your cycle as a woman. And whether you are still having a bleeding cycle or not, you still have a cycle. I work with women that are pregnant, breastfeeding, that have had a hysterectomy 15 years ago, that have been perimenopausal, in menopause, and postmenopause. And they all still have a cycle that we can take the time to identify, and then they can start to use the exact same tools that I would give to a bleeding woman. My work applies across the board if you've ever had a uterus. Like, it's so amazing to watch. Some of the clients that I've worked with the closest and the longest have actually been non-bleeding women that take the exact same things that I teach bleeding women and apply it to their non-bleeding lives, and it works incredibly well. So go ahead and drop boundaries in the comments for me if you would like the link to register for this free masterclass that's happening next week. It's Monday, August 28th through Wednesday, August 30th. The first one is at 5 p.m. Eastern, and then the following 2, I believe, are at 3 p.m. Eastern. So try to put a little bit of variety in the time zones there. It's not a lot, but it is a little bit. So hopefully that's beneficial to some of you. So like I said, just drop boundaries in the comments, and I will get you that link to register for that free course. Thank you for witnessing me in my gratitude of motherhood, and I hope this is beneficial to you if you have children, in, just giving them tools that they need to be able to live their lives and have a greater emotional intelligence than at least I was gifted with as a child. So, y'all have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you soon.